Moon Platoon, is AMC on the launch pad? Is $40 the last sayonara goodbye, never see you again for the remaining of the squeeze timeline? Where exactly are we on that squeeze timeline? And once more, how can I, as a member of either owning AMC or GME, as a stakeholder, understand what's coming up next with the annual shareholder meeting and what you need to know before tomorrow? Hey, my name is Andrew. That's Professor Meatball. Thank you guys for holding tight, because today is the very first day that we didn't go bell to bell. Oh no! Luckily, you guys have already slammed. Here's a little bell ring off of the live stream. That bell button, you guys slam that bell button to make sure that you guys don't miss out on the stream coming out tomorrow. We're still starting right as the market opens. And another reminder that $40 is where we left the price action, so it's almost like we left it in stasis. In the very beginning of the morning, we saw a bounce, one strong one off of 37.69 that brought us all the way up to that $40 mark where we have not stopped. Let me tell you why this could be the start of something very beautiful for AMC, the very beginning of $40 and to never see that range again, and to tell you about how these deep in the money options, first time that we've seen $10 strikes, $1 million of which are put on the far left side of the options chain and the far right side. There's some kooky birds on either side, and if you guys want to learn more, hit that like button until it gets up to 3,200. Comment out which one you are, and we may just throw away another giveaway, another freebie at the end of this video, so make sure to watch until the end. First thing that you'll notice is that $40 is going to be the operative number for strike prices. $4 million of calls put there, but the $1 million of calls at $10 strike is likely going to give you guys more pause. Okay, so we have already known that the far right side of a potential gamma squeeze coming up in the near future is at 145. 72 is where we saw the options chain for months. Okay, let's go back to before June. Let's go to like May 27th. Okay, if you go all the way back then, you'll notice that $40 was where the far right side of the options chain is, but come on up to the 31st, you're going to get closer and closer as we creep. We'll see that far right side of that options chain moving on. As that's loading, I'm going to give you guys a quick look through of the Ortex data. Let's expand this a little bit on this side so that you guys can see. All right, so this Ortex data has decreased 1%, still unnotable, because this stuff is the fine margins of increased and decreased throughout time, throughout the amount of time that we have to cover it. So right now it's around 14.64%, still right around 75 million of a 513 million free float. So let's see if this is going to give us the June data at least. Let's take a look at option sonar. There we go. At June 2nd, so this is right around that gamma squeeze, the far right side was 73, and that is exactly where we were able to bring our price action up to. You'll take a notice that right around then we were essentially stuck around the 30s and waiting to be able to break above. So back on the beginning of June, we had a mark, we had fluctuation past that mark, and now since we've gone past this red line, yesterday this is where we were at. Today we're up 9% with not 100 million volume. See, we called it in the beginning of the live stream from earlier today. So not even 100 million in volume, but still the growth that we are looking for. Whether or not AMC is going to be going through a controlled squeeze is also the question. Essentially, you have to ask yourself, do the incentives of the government, who has a lot of tax dollars riding on whether or not the squeezes, as well as the economy as a whole, and the rich people, the affluent people that make the government run and the economy run, how are they going to allow a potential crash of the overall market as we know it? When the hedge funds get margin called, they are going to pull their thumbs out of a lot of different pies all across the market. That means liquidating their positions. And much like if you liquidated your AMC positions, right? If you have questions about exit strategy, search the video Andrew Mo exit strategy. That one is a bomb, and it'll help you out understanding a little bit about what people have considered and what mathematically makes sense. But let's say that you exit your positions and you had millions of shares like these hedge funds do across many, many different stocks. Well, the entire economy overall is going to face a major slide. And if that can be controlled, well, that could be something that we are paying attention to in terms of the regulations that get put in place in private sectors like the DTCC, as well as what the SEC is up to. What are they finally going to come up with now? We have also been able to pay attention to the price action. So earlier today, let's compare AMC side by side with another notable stock today, Lucid. Lucid went up 10% on the end of the day, but it was as high as 15%. Lucid finished its SPAC. So that's kind of like a blank check reverse acquisition with CCIV. And once that happened, we had a blast off, holding tight in the pre-market. And as soon as the LCID hit the LED screens on your phone or computer, we went from the 2461 all the way up to its high. It's like 4-minute candles, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 26.92. From there, a descending wedge that also allowed us to track these supports here, 1, 2, 3, and these resistances, 1, 2. That was a bull flag, easiest one to be considered on my show, because right after that, there was a boom up to 28.56. Another easy technical pattern to track is this double top. So we had this wedge. Actually, let me see if I can fit the entire thing and Meatball's head at the same time. We had this wedge on Lucid right here. Okay, you can see something similar with AMC right here. It's harder to track. There's still only 2 touch points on the beginning and the bottom of this breakout point, but the supports here have at least 3 confirmations. 1, 2, 3. All right, and right there. So once we are able to break through, we started facing this dreaded double top pattern here. I wouldn't say that there's something similar on AMC, except maybe here and here. I would say that AMC looks much more like a potential head and shoulders, just your standard intraday pattern that introduces this potential profit-seeking action here. When you get to this part of the shoulder, you can almost guarantee that there's going to be a slide downward, especially with lower volume throughout the day, and therefore we went down to the 38.80s again. However, we bounced all day in that range and we emerged victorious. So we emerged at the end of the day at $40.29, ending the day at the $40 mark means that even the bears and the shorts coming in full force was not able to stop AMC from pushing past $40. So if you guys have any other questions, drop them in the comments. Make sure that you guys know that we have picked people who have won freebies in the past. So if you guys want to go to andrewmomoney.com, you'll be able to see a couple of the new stuff to be able to represent yourself as a member of that Moon Platoon Apes Strong Together Moon Platoon gear. You got shirts, you got mugs, as well as the fact that if you guys don't want to spend a single penny, that's okay. Just get your 2 free stocks on Webull. You're going to be able to get that with the link in the description. If you don't want to use them as a broker, feel free to use them as a free trading tool. If you guys want to be able to follow along with us on Lux algorithm, that gave us the buys and sells of the day, comes up with some pretty simple to understand as well as live buy signals, even if you don't understand any of the technicals here. This one's for AMC. Take a look at that buy signal from the 20th of July on the 30-minute chart here, and that sell signal from the 23rd of July. We're still on that sell signal today. A lot of purple price action, even though we ended the day 10% up. That 30-minute chart, they don't want to give you a false positive as much as possible. So this is a tool that can get you 20% off with the code AndrewMoMoney, with the code in the description. Thanks so much for tracking us again, and with your bell icons turned on, we are going to the galaxies, the outer galaxies together, and we'll see you in the money. Thanks to all the members and the patrons for making this possible. For now, but not for forever. Peace.